today I want to discuss this Logitech Brio camera I recently bought. It's a 4K camera using a USB port. And I'm really struggling with it, getting it to work at 4K. Some people have heard it in some previous streams from last week. But I really hope I'm able to get it working in 4K in the future somewhere. I found a couple of things that people may think will be useful for them, as far as I found. But I've found some topics in forums where people describe the same problems as I'm. What you're looking at now is not 4K. The canvas resolution is 4K because I looked it up at YouTube. I can show you where you can look it up. So here you have the page of YouTube showing the recommended resolutions, and the highest one available, the 4K resolution, which is shown here, is this resolution. And of course I will show you, I've put it in my canvas settings. Here they are. So you can see here that the resolution I'm using now is the highest possible at 30 frames per second, because I'm not expecting this camera to run 60 frames per second at 4K, which would be way too much for a lot of PCs with even fast CPUs. My output settings are the maximum resolution which I can use at YouTube, but that's only for streaming, so it's not used at the moment. For the moment I'm using the recording settings, of course, and I put it to high settings, hardware encoding, so that shouldn't be the problem. But I'll show you what happens if I change the resolution to a higher one. So at the moment I told you I'm using only the 4040p resolution. And you must know, you can't even see this resolution when you're using USB 2 port. You really need a USB 3 port to see these resolutions in your OBS. So this camera won't run at those resolutions with a USB 2 port, which doesn't surprise me much. I thought it would run at USB 2 as well, maybe with some compression, but at least it would run, but it doesn't run. So it seems it's simply outputting a standard stream. You can tweak some things in OBS. I'm not sure if it changes the camera stream over USB, and I'm not sure. Anyway, if I change the resolution to a high one, I will show you what happens. This is the high one, and now I have to rescale my picture here. And you can see it's very laggy. Could be my PC. I'm running an i7 from the 3rd generation. So we're at the 8th generation at the moment. So maybe I should upgrade my PC even more. I've recently done a motherboard upgrade because my previous motherboard didn't have a native USB 3 port. It only had an S-Media chip on it for USB 3, and when I tried these higher resolutions it just crashed. So that didn't work at all. I tried some settings. At the end I got it to work at least without crashing, but still it didn't run as well as it does now. You can see it's well, maybe 10 frames per second, I'm not sure. It's not enough. So I'm still trying to get it higher, but with my current PC I don't think I am able to get it any higher. So using a USB 3 port, having a fast PC of a later generation, maybe something like an i7 from the 5th or 6th generation, maybe it solves all the problems, I'm not sure. But at the moment this is what I can get. I will put it back to the 4040p resolution, which I think is acceptable for many stream users, and I think I will just keep it with that because it's not bad. Oh, it's not bad at all. And maybe we'll just keep it like that because it's not bad at all. As you can see, this is it's acceptable to me. It's sharp, the colors are bright, so I really like the Logitech Brio camera. It has some backlight features that you can turn on, which is already enabled. Otherwise you only would see a large wide area here. So I think the camera is great. It really has some cool features. The only problem is, although it's an expensive camera, Logitech didn't optimize this camera for PCs older than maybe 4 years. You really have to use a modern PC, and I'm really hoping someone can show me that it works in 4K at 30 frames per second with a high-end modern PC from the last year or something. But I actually haven't seen a video yet about that, or read a forum about that. So I will upgrade my machine in the future, we'll see. But for this time I have to do it with this, which is still great. So thank you Logitech for the Brio, and see you later in the next video. Bye!